Hey everyone, how you doing? Happy Monday. Super excited today. We have got two guests. We have got Nick and Cahl, who you know from our Discord. I'm going to let them say hi, and I'm going to drop their links in the chat as well, so you can follow them on GitHub. But if you ever need them, their links are in the description below. So Nick and Cahl, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. How's the US, Nick, and how's Germany, Cahl?
It's nice and cold today. I
Oh,
love it.
here it's probably quite warm for September today. It's about 27
Nice.
degrees here.
Wow, that is good. That is really, really nice and warm. Okay, and Nick, how cold is cold?
We are looking at,
Like really Celsius though, I think, in Europe.
yeah, you'll need Celsius. We are looking at, come on, you. Oh, it's such a pain to change this.
No worries. And while you're figuring it out, just say hi to some people. Thank you everyone for coming
14.
early. 14, that is cold. Okay,
Yes,
we've got
I love
like
it.
19. Everyone, we're super excited to have you here today. Actually back in my office with a new portable setup, just testing it out. And so you've got another camera angle there that I might remove. But today we're gonna get our repos ready for Hacktoberfest. So this is gonna be from both point of views. We're gonna talk about the maintainer side, because you're gonna see us update some of the Hub projects and maybe some of the other projects. And Nick and Cahl have their own projects as well. We'll create some issues or good first issues with your help and answer your questions. And we'll be looking at it from the contributors' point of view as well, because we want people to make the most impactful contributions they can with, the minimum effort. I think some people go a bit crazy, spend months on things, and they don't need to. So it's going to be hopefully really, really helpful for everybody. Yes, we will help you all with Hacktoberfest and how to contribute. Yes, we will. I think that's the plan, right, everyone?
Definitely.
Okay, good. So I'm sharing my screen at the moment, and Nick and Cahl can always share their screen as well. So what project should we start off with, and what should we talk through? So let me bring up the Hacktoberfest site. So let's bring this up and talk about it. So it's going to be in 16 days, 17 hours, well, just under 18 hours. And you have to contribute. It used to be 4 pull requests. Hopefully it's still the same.
I believe it is 4, yes.
Okay.
They haven't officially announced, but historically it's always been 4 or 5.
So hopefully it'll be a decent number, and you have to contribute now to repositories that have the Hacktoberfest topic, or the issue has to have, I think, the Hacktoberfest label. So it's rather than being opt out, it's now opt in. Well, it was last year because of all the spammy pull requests.
It'll be the same. So as
Okay.
a maintainer, you will either need to apply the Hacktoberfest topic to your entire repository. And that, if you do that, that will make any pull request that is either approved or merged count towards Hacktoberfest. Alternatively, if you want more granular control, instead of setting the topic, you can apply a Hacktoberfest-accepted label to individual PRs. And once that PR has that label, it counts whether or not it's approved or merged.
Awesome. Okay, that sounds good. Well, I think most of the Hub repos, if not all of them, are going to be eligible for it, apart from the Hacktoberfest practice. I purposely don't add the topic to that, because this is just practice at adding your name. There isn't a lot of value, but it's important to practice the workflow. But I think the main projects that we want to look at getting all of you contributing to from now, getting ready for Hacktoberfest, is Linkfree, which is a new one we started a few days ago, and also Edibot and the API as well. So Edibot is written with Nest.js. Cahl and Nick both know it well, and Nick knows Discord bots super, super well, because BeccaBot, that you're all familiar with in our Discord, is by Nick. And then our API has been powered forward by Cahl. All the awesome work has been by Cahl. So we want to get all of you involved in it as well. And we've got loads of things where you can get involved, from easy to kind of middle and to more complicated. Does that sound about right, I think?
Sounds right to me.
Awesome. Okay, so let's answer some of these questions in the chat. And so Lavanya, hopefully I pronounced your name right. I put a link to EdiHub in the chat. Feel free to join. We've got a GitHub org that you can join. You can see all these people here that have joined. And you can all join our Discord as well, so we can chat between live streams and videos. Awesome. Let's have a look. Rohan has a suggestion. Take one camera into the table that's giving you a better angle. Yeah, this is kind of like, you want it closer that way? Okay, I'll move that in a moment while someone else is talking. Sohan, awesome to have you here. So let's have a look. Great to have people joining. Awesome. You're not late, don't worry. We're just getting started. Let's start with Linktree. Linkfree, the name's Linkfree. We're not going to use their name. Yes, okay, cool. Well, we can get started with that one. That's the newest one that probably needs the most work. So let's, are you both happy to start with Linktree? Linkfree? Damn it, I got the name wrong.
You're gonna get yourself in trouble.
Sure, we can.
Cool, okay, so let's click on this. So if people want to know what this is, let me just load it up and show everyone what it is. So what it is it has people who want to add their profile to the homepage can do, and then when you click on someone's face, it brings up their details. And actually, hopefully going to do a live stream this week or next week to add the polywork kind of events underneath, which can work on that together as well. But then you have that unique URL. So for example, if I share the URL in the chat, this is mine and you'd all get your own. So if I pick somebody else's, if I pick, who have we got? If I pick Nick, you can see Nick's URL has got the different part at the end and they could use that. And then people can follow Nick on GitHub and so forth. And you can add yourself to this if you want. So that's Nick. Do we have Cahl on here? We
Nope.
don't. So if someone could add Cahl, I'd really appreciate it. And Cahl probably has enough green squares for today. Or you can get some more green squares if you want, Cahl, but you probably have enough.
I think
and in
five,
the README,
5 right now.
5, that's pretty cool. Okay, well, maybe if we add all ours together, we can catch up with, or get close to Nick. And there are instructions, everyone, of how to add someone, yourself or somebody else, to the project in the README. I'll share a link to the chat. So to the chat in the chat. Yes. Okay. So this is the project. Where shall we start? I think maybe we should create some good first issues. What are you both thinking? I think we have some automation. Got it deploying out automatically. Got releases being created. I need a lot of work this repo. So there's lots of green squares to be given away. What are you both thinking?
I already opened 2 pretty easy first issues, I think.
Awesome.
Today.
Okay, let's have a look. So we can go through these and we can add some good first issues. But this one's quite cool. Actually, maybe I should start at the bottom rather than the top. We can see good first issue. Okay, thank you very much, Stephen. Convert to Angular, Nick. We need to close that, unfortunately.
I'll just reopen it. Don't worry.
Thank you for the suggestion.
You like my issue body there? That is the most well-written issue I've ever done.
I have a video on Angular coming out soon as well, following our live stream. So let's go to some of add different colors to the different links. I think this is a really important one, which is quite good. So if we go to someone's, again, I pick mine, we've got the different colors. They are here, but they're not the correct colors. That's not the Twitter colors. I've just picked blue. So I think this would be a good first issue. And to make it a better first issue, I should probably add something in here as well. By the way, if both of you want to drive and share your screen, I can bring your screens up. And you're welcome to drive as well. So if you notice anything, everyone, also raise some issues. You do get green squares for raising issues. Yes, if you're a beginner, you can join in as well, definitely. And Hacktoberfest will start on the 1st of October, so not long to go. Not all projects are Node and React. We have the API is using Nest. You can help with documentation as well. There's so many things you can help, and being new to a project adds so much benefit because you can spot things that we don't see. That's really, really important. Awesome, thank you, Sajal. Awesome, that's great. I'm just going to edit this. So social links should be the official colors. I should probably add a bit to the code as well, right? So let me see. If we go into the repo, I should probably actually add it. Because good first issue, you want to make it really easy for people. So at the moment, I think it's just in, where is it? Remind myself, in components. And it's going to be maybe in socials. No, it's going to be in profile. No. Links, that makes more sense. So here are the colors. I literally just wrote red, blue, and black, but that needs to be changed to the actual hex colors as well. So that's a really good code. I think a really good first issue. But remember, everyone, don't try and collect all the first issues for yourself. You know, do one and help other people. What are you both thinking? Good idea?
Yes, absolutely. Open your issue and then let other people get green squares. Got to share those green squares. I think I don't know how many I'm up to today.
A lot, I'm sure. I see how many Nick is up to. 32. That's not very much for Nick. How many am I up to? It's 9. Yesterday I had 30. Even my 30 is like dark green, so I still don't compete with Nick. And Cahl has 5. Okay.
I think the most green squares for today were 31 for me. Nick today has more than me on my most active day ever.
Yeah, Nick is a machine. Here's another question. What I don't quite get this question. What do you mean? What will the tag be? It would be good first issue. Yes, this project will participate in Hacktoberfest. I need to add it. Good reminder. Thank you. If you want, you can add an issue to say add the topic for Hacktoberfest. That will get you a green square for today, and I can add it now anyway. Hacktoberfest. There we go. Awesome. React.js. You can add a few other topics. Suggested JavaScript. Okay. Awesome. I'm going to remove environments because we are hosting this not on GitHub pages anymore. There we go. Okay. How are we doing? Do you both want to pick one and maybe add some information to it and give some instructions? I think
make sure we have maintainer access.
You both should.
I'm having.
Nick might not.
I found out by accident today.
Oh. I think I added you to it. Members, let's add Nick. We forgot to add Nick.
How could you?
My bad. Okay, Nick, you're now a maintainer on that project. My password is password123. Yeah, there we go.
Good password.
That's a joke, everyone, by the way. Okay, so Nick, you should have access as well. If you want to share your screens, I can catch up with chat. Let's have a look. What have we got? If we do 8 PRs in the same repo, do we get swag twice? You don't, you only get swag once. I don't think I've actually opened my swag from last year. It's still in a packet. I keep meaning to open it. But I keep getting more swag, so I just never get around to opening it. But I did open my Gitpod swag today.
I do want to throw out a massive disclaimer that the purpose of Hacktoberfest is to facilitate and encourage open source contribution. You should not be participating for the sole purpose of getting swag. That's just a bonus.
Exactly, and I will show people this video of why you shouldn't. Yeah, here we go. So if I zoom in on this, last year, Hacktoberfest fails. This was loads of spammy pull requests. Don't do that. But fixing typos still helps and adds value. I believe it does. But adding spaces and these sorts of things really don't. So just make sure that it's adding value to the project. For beginners, contributors, is there documentation work for link-free? Yes, definitely. We actually had...
I'm on issue number 24 here.
Okay, do you want to share your screen? Should I bring your screen up? Is that easier?
I can, yeah. Let me, can I share just...
You can share a window, I think.
I can share one window. Yeah.
Awesome. And Athava, hopefully I pronounced your name right. Yes, documentation needs improving on every project. Linktree is no exception. I hopefully put some there, but yes, it could do with some more. Even maybe on the homepage, I think maybe a few words to say if you want to add your profile, then go to the README or something like that.
Oh,
so there is lots of stuff.
Who was it that suggested? I forget, but who was it that suggested using GitHub/username.png for the avatar?
Oh yes, someone suggested, I can't remember who it was.
I can't either, but that was fantastic because look, it updated my avatar already.
Yeah, oh, that's pretty cool. So, oh, I didn't realize. Yes, so therefore you don't have to update the JSON because it's going to update it automatically. Ah, that's really clever. So let me explain. I didn't even twig when someone suggested that. So for example, in the JSON file for me to appear or to have my unique link, someone's fixed that for me already, but I didn't do that. So let me pick somebody else.
Me.
No, yours has changed though. So these are all .png.
Oh, yeah.
So these will all automatically update. But what I did, and I think a lot of people copied, or maybe not, they didn't, maybe it was just me, was I actually went to right click on the image of my profile and then got the image that way. But the problem is when I update my image, it won't update it everywhere. So that was really, really clever. You're absolutely right. So someone could go through these and see if anyone is not using their username.png, but maybe everybody is. And yeah, see, this one isn't, for example. Mine looked like this. Mine was on GitHub user content. And if they change their profile picture, it's not going to be the same. So you could get this person's username, which in this case is the file name and actually their name here. And then you could do it github.com/their username.png. And then that will keep it dynamic for the future. So there's improvements like that can be made. If someone wants to raise an issue, then raise the issue. You can get the green square and we can help update the body. So don't worry too much about the body, but make the best effort that you can.
So it is not required for Hacktoberfest, but I'm going to go ahead and create a Hacktoberfest label that we can add on issues just to increase the searchability. So if someone's searching for the Hacktoberfest label, we will show up.
People are asking how to get swag from GitHub. What's things like Mona and stickers and so forth.
I think I have one of those.
You have to hold yours up or your camera's off, but yeah.
My camera's off and I don't know where it is anyway.
I've got like a coffee mug, like, what do you call these, coasters as well. I've got GitHub everything. Just get involved. If you, like Nick said before, if you think about swag, then you're not going to get it. Just think about adding value, collaborating with the community, and then all that stuff is a bonus and it will come later.
Okay, so
I think it should be Manish. Thank you for the suggestion. I should have by label. Do you mean topic? That should be on the repo now. If you refresh, let me share
that is on there.
The repo again if people want to have a look.
Okay, next, React accessibility. So
how are we doing on thumbs up? 45 thumbs up. Only 45. Come on, everyone, give the video a thumbs up.
Copy.
I move the camera around like someone suggested. One sec.
We'll label this as a enhancement, and we will label this as a help wanted, and we will label this as a Hacktoberfest.
I wonder if we run the GitHub action for adding those labels, those open source labels, therefore we could point these and that will show people like how difficult they are in comparison. So if something's a 1 pointer, it's quite straightforward. If something's a 5 pointer, it's more work. What do you both think?
Do you have... We have too many repositories. Is that under yo? No, there it is. Open source labels. All right,
it should be in the README
here. And let's zoom in so everybody can see it. Oh my goodness, that's big. .json. We're just going to copy this.
I don't think you need to copy it though. You can add the GitHub action.
nhkerrigan.com/notes, and we're going to go to import labels.
I was going to get someone to add the.
We're going to go to here.
What is Nick doing? We don't know.
I'll show you what I'm doing.
Nick Magic. Awesome work, Kunal. You've got this. And Rohan as well.
How do I make this open in a tab again? I forget. Settings.
We haven't got any Python projects, but you can definitely find some out there. We have got people like 5IV and so forth, and Karuna, they have got Python projects that you could contribute to. So they're not here at the moment, but when we chat to them, or we can chat to them in Discord afterwards, they'll definitely welcome suggestions and help and so forth. Oh, I like the logo idea. Yeah, that's good.
There it is. Okay. And we're going to go to the console and we're going to paste that. And then we are going to go to this and we are going to copy that. And we are going to go here, paste it there, and we're going to run it.
I can't believe it.
Oh,
I missed it. What happened?
Your JSON doesn't have, you need to update this. Your JSON doesn't have descriptions. I ran a console command to add all the labels at once.
Right, you didn't want my GitHub action.
I did not run your GitHub action.
That makes me sad.
That would mean making a pull request, and I have issues to work on. Okay, so let's go back to this. Let's go back to, did I lose my Hacktoberfest? I probably lost my Hacktoberfest.
You might integrate it again. I'm just going to answer Sherlock's question. POM file, I think it's like a package JSON file, but in Java. I think most projects have that, so I'm not sure. If they don't, I'd be surprised. I haven't done Java in a long time, so I can't remember too much. But I'm not sure what you mean here. Could you maybe show some diagram link trees, like trees for this link-free project? It's really simple. It's only a few files. We can go through it shortly as well if you want, as people are around, if that's going to be helpful, so we can get people involved. But in the README, it should have a quick start on how to add your profile, so you can get more eyes and visibility and more shout-outs on your GitHub and your Twitter and so forth.
Aspect, text, and good first issue, and Hacktoberfest. And this one was...
Nick is fast, right? He's like...
Text, good first issue, Hacktoberfest. And this one, whoops. So fast I clicked the wrong thing.
But you two are both really fast. You can see Nick, how fast Nick is. And I haven't seen Carl share screen, but when we talk about something, I go make a coffee and I come back and it's done. And he's coded some awesome feature.
Priority low. I forgot my priority labels. What am I doing?
I think especially for the link-free projects, I think it's ready for many enhancements. I think if you're new to contributing to open source, I think the link-free project is probably the most easiest one.
That's true. Yes, you're right. We need lots of visual enhancements and
all the documentation.
Yeah, tests as well if people want. Use something like Cypress. I think there's loads of improvements for that. And hopefully this week or next week we'll add more data. We'll add like another collection for like milestones, so we can have our milestones under our profile. And then we want to make it customizable with the text being, I don't know, and colors being different, or customizing the background, for example. So I might want to customize that.
And
some of these might be done. I think I've closed some of them, but I might have missed some.
And
That's the issue I think
interface.
Eddie had opened recently.
Edition, good first issue, Hacktoberfest.
Which one's that? Sorry, are you looking at Nick's screen or the chat?
That's Nick's screen. That's the
and
one with
different
the
colours for
colors.
different links. Yes, so I just edited Ashwin's issue.
Yeah, I just added the Twitter blue. I think we need to do some research on YouTube Red and GitHub colors.
So if people want to do some research on that, add a comment to the issue. Again, that's adding value. That won't get you a green square, but it's still adding value. And yes, Kunal, if you want to fix that, then go ahead, please, and fix that. That'd be great.
Good first issue, Hacktoberfest. Priority low, ready for
Let me answer some questions as well. Is it okay to work on an issue opened by another person? What do you think, Carl, on this one?
I'd probably wait until it's assigned to me. That's how I do it. If nobody replies, I just start.
Yeah, I would put a comment in.
The thing.
Yeah, I would put a comment in and say, can I work on this? Because a lot of times I think people raise the issue, but they're not the ones who actually want to do the work on the issue. They just want to raise the issue. So
developer experience, adding a feature.
And I think
first issue, Hacktoberfest.
Sorry, go on, Carl.
When just starting, I think the worst what can happen is that your pull request gets rejected because of a duplicate, and yeah, you still got the green square for this.
You still get the green square, exactly. Nick is racing ahead. Wow. We'll be here till tomorrow.
That's a Gitpod issue.
There was a question on Gitpod in the chat as well. I've added my JSON to Gitpod. How to push it? Oh, I don't know.
I can show. Give me 1 second. I need to open it.
Okay, awesome.
Gitpod
so it's just doing I haven't played with it enough. I feel really bad.
Just give me 1 second to open my Gitpod.
No worries. Prajal, yes, please add LinkedIn as well. We probably need LinkedIn, Instagram, a few other social platforms we need to add as options in the code. Discord, yes, that's true. So that is awesome.
This one still needs.
Sorry to hear you can't attend poor network.
And then search support. This is a interface. This is a addition. This is a Hacktoberfest help wanted. This is a priority low. This is a ready for dev.
For the colors, hover could be a different color or from that platform, but also the listed color needs to be the right color. I've got blue for Twitter, but it's not the right blue. We have a question, Sohan, about Gitpod. Yeah, we'll get a demo in a minute from Carl because I need to learn a bit more about Gitpod and how to do this, and we can learn Rajiv, question about how to create a PR. We will all learn that together in a moment. Please check PR. We'll get to the PR shortly, don't worry. Great questions, keep them coming.
All right, so this one is, this issue asks for meta tags and an issue template. We already have issue number 6 open for the issue template. So I'm just going to edit this issue.
Yeah, so that's a good point actually, Nick. I wanted to give some tips to people. When you raise an issue or a pull request, make sure it does one thing and one thing well. Like if you've got, I see people raising pull requests to add their name to Linkfree, not their name, but their like profile to Linkfree, but then they've added a feature as well to the code. And if the feature needs a bit more work, it prevents their information going up on the site. So they're completely separate things. They both add value. So I would always suggest do them in 2 separate PRs. And same with this one, it could be split into 2 issues. And it's twice the green squares as well.
Code, this
Mona will be happy.
Edition, we'll say good first issue, Hacktoberfest, priority low, ready for dev.
I'm ready. If Nick doesn't mind, I could share my screen.
Okay,
I'm just going to keep plugging along.
Okay, cool. Thanks,
I
Nick.
hope you can see.
Yeah, your screen is now up. Yeah.
Okay. There's a browser extension for Firefox and Chrome which adds this little G, and when having the Gitpod extension, you can open issues, pull requests, or even the code base of your repo, and then just hit Gitpod. And now it probably takes a minute or two to spin up the Kubernetes pod.
No problem. While that's running, I can always answer some of these questions as well. Can we add one folder?
It's quite fast because we added the Gitpod bot to EddieHub, so we don't have to run the build steps and this every time, because we are having the Gitpod YAML file in our repo, and so the bot does the pre-build, so it spins the pod up quite fast.
Got you. While you're talking, I'm just going to grab my Hacktoberfest t-shirt and hold it up. 1 sec. This is 2019. This is an old one. Everyone, do me a favor actually. Take a screenshot of this live stream and share it on socials and tag Nick, me and Cahl, and share one thing you've learned, you've had fun about. It really helps all of us. And if you add some tips of what you've learned or some ideas you've got, then we can reshare it and then you can grow your network and community as well. Sorry, Cahl, carry on. I interrupted.
So, and now it loaded my Gitpod environment, and from now on it's nothing else than your local Visual Studio Code. You're having your extensions, you have your code base. You can work like it's your local dev environment. You can open your live server when hitting this tab, and then you see the ports which are used by the project. I think it's port 3000 because it's React. And you can hit the preview, and now you can just work like your normal. So edit the source file, app.js, do your adjustments, and then you can just run your terminal, and then you can do git add, git commit, git push like you used to when do it local.
When you do your git commit and git push, do you have to set up any keys or anything?
I'm not
like, how does it know it's you?
I don't think so. Think so. Because you log in. You need to log into Gitpod with your GitHub credentials.
I see.
It's even so smart that it realized that I'm in an issue. It's issue 95. That it created a branch for it and added some extensions for doing some pull request reviews in case you are reviewing a pull request. So it's actually quite smart and understands the context in which you open your dev environment.
I definitely deploy
and
it
if you finished, if you did your commits, you can just stop your workspace and then throw it away. Now you just close your tab. This won't work now because the pod is closed, the workspace stopped, and then you just hit Gitpod again, and then you spin up your next environment. So you can work on multiple issues, pull request, whatever, and you don't have to check out any other branches for this. You can just hit the Gitpod button and you're ready to go.
That's very cool. Okay.
I think that's the main difference to code spaces. Yeah, that's the main difference to code spaces because for code spaces, you're having like one virtual machine where you do your development in, and Gitpod you have for every issue you work on actually a really new and plain dev environment you can throw away afterwards.
Yeah, so Gitpod is more throwaway stuff, whereas Codespaces you try and like build up an entire dev environment that you keep.
Exactly.
No, that makes sense. And I'm guessing to make a PR from Gitpod, you're in a branch or you move to a branch and then you do a commit, a commit and a push, and you would make the pull request on GitHub as you normally would.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay. We can add one folder on the Docker files, maybe, if possible. I'm not sure why we need a folder for the Docker files. If you could elaborate, that'd be cool. How about a project board to maintain the project during Hacktoberfest? Oh, that is That is a possibility. Yes, we could do that. And Cahl is an expert in the new project boards.
Yeah, well,
as
I just had
well.
a little play with it.
That makes you an expert.
You can go to the EdiHub community landing page.
Let me share my screen.
Exactly,
yes.
and then hit projects.
There it is.
In the tab. Exactly, and there I opened API and Edibot, and I think it should be actually updated. It's like a chronological order in which the features and issues should be done to be logical. Yeah.
Awesome. So we could do one for how can I name this? We could do one for link free. I'm going to make sure I get the name right. We can have a look at this later on. I don't want to get too distracted on that. And then we're going to jump back. I heard Nick make a sigh. How did that go? Everything okay, Nick?
Yeah, just clicking on the wrong things. I'm not used to having my screen so zoomed in.
Yeah, zoomed in screen makes it a bit harder, less real estate.
All right, so back to the issue list and go find.
I think in the link free issues were some duplicates.
24.
Yeah.
Posing as duplicate of number 24. And
I think people, if you make an issue and then you realize it's a duplicate, then you can make a comment in the other one or in your one. Always reference the other issue, and then you can close yours as well. You still get the green square.
Because we are using GitHub's username PNG format.
Did I see Koalia
avatars?
as well?
We will not be able to support.
Hi, Koalia.
Support if.
Okay, next question. Can we add portfolio website or newsletter in Linkfree? Yeah, what do you think? What do you both think? Portfolio website and newsletter in Linkfree?
People have their own newsletters. Dang, I'm impressed. Yes, definitely a portfolio site. We could add it as a social with a key of website, and then it could render just a generic, that standard globe looking thing.
Yes, that's true.
For a website. And
I like it.
For newsletter, I suppose, a key of newsletter, and then add a envelope icon.
Exactly. Not everyone. Pranjal, raise 2 issues, please. They sound great. And worst case, they might get closed, but you still get the green square. So that sounds great. And maybe you want to share the green squares and let someone else raise one of them for you, or if you've got green squares, let someone else raise both of them for you. But chat with other people in the chat. What else?
I just did some research on the GitHub colors. I didn't know the GitHub primary color is blue. I actually
really?
thought it's this dark grayish color.
Yeah, so did I.
Hacktoberfest, priority low and ready for dev. Avatars centered. Did we? No,
To understand this question, we can create different folders for the APIs.
We had not centered, but that was for the homepage profile.
Oh yes, the homepage is not centered. That's correct.
I opened an issue with sorting the homepage entries alphabetically. I don't know if Nick already came across it. I had the idea of maybe using a Prime React. I think it's called accordion or something, where you have A, and then you can collapse or uncollapse all people with A.
I see. Yes. So yeah, I see what you mean. Accordion, not each person, but a group of people. So yes, as it gets bigger, probably you're right. As it gets like half a page.
Or integrated with the GitHub location to sort all people from Germany, from the UK, for example. Maybe or maybe even make it customizable which view we want, if we want to group them by name or by location or whatever too.
Yeah, we could. And when we do connect it to the API, the location is going to become really important because I want to have the real-time map where I can, during the live stream, as people interact in the chat, I want them to bring them up on the live map and zoom into where they are in the world on the map and so forth. So yes, definitely some overlap there with that.
It's just, I love this brainstorming on UI things, on front-end features.
Super interesting. I'm sure people have written stuff in the chat as well. I need to catch up. I'm trying to kind of not miss anyone out. If I have, then please resubmit your message again. I won't mind. Arnav says, I've made a few projects in Django but can't seem to start with open source. Any advice? Get started. Just do it. Don't worry about it. Don't think it needs to be a massive pull request or a really complicated issue. Just get involved in the conversation. We do have quite a few Django projects, not for the EdiHub projects themselves, but the community, I do see them talking about Django. So do chat to them. Mikey, I think Karuna, ViViV, they all do Python, and I think Django. I have seen that come up quite a few times. Okay, we're at 50 people. Everyone, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Really helps support the channel. How about Sajal? How about increasing the scale of the hover link? It looks cool and interactive as well. Oh, so is that when you? What do you think this one means? I'm not sure. Is that when you kind of hover over a box, it gets bigger?
Yes.
Raise an issue, someone. Sajal, have you got enough green squares for today? Can someone else raise it? Write in the chat if you're going to raise it or if someone else can.
Oh, no, I'm not labeling this one yet. I am labeling this one ticket work required and discussion.
Live stream will be available on my channel afterwards, but it's not the same. You want to chat to us from now, so stick around.
All right, I've labeled all the issues, folks, so y'all need to open some more for me.
Whoa, okay, everyone start opening your ideas and issues. So let me share my screen while, Nick, that's amazing, you're a machine, thank you. Everyone say thank you to Nick in the chat. And let me answer some more questions, but let me bring up the website real quick. And again, so we can chat about ideas. So there was centering this. There are some other ideas. I think someone had one, was it Carl or Nick? When you hover, maybe it comes up with the person's name. I don't know if we have that information though on that list JSON file. We'll have it when we move to the API.
I think we have.
Oh, we have. Okay, perfect. So, oh yes, we have the username.
A tooltip.
Yes.
It's just a tooltip. I think it's even a pre-made Prime React feature.
Yeah, I think so as well. So if we can show someone what, not reaction, what am I talking? Prime React, that's what I want. So if I make this bigger, we can just show people we are using Prime React, and you'll see how straightforward it is. If I search for tooltip, let's have a look. I was hoping for it down the side. No, go away. Tooltip, here we go. Autocomplete. Tooltip. So this is on the right. This is, maybe we should have it below. Bottom might be quite good. And the way to do it is you import it into the component, and then it looks like you just have tooltip, and that's it. So that's a really great issue. So if someone can raise the issue, get the green square, and then if someone else can make the improvement, sounds good.
Any objections if I start reviewing some of these PRs?
No, go ahead. And I want to bring your screen up in a moment and do that as well, so we can see you review it. I think it's really useful. So just want to give some people ideas to raise some more issues, and also raise issues of your own ideas as well. So we talked about hover. What else can we do? You could have it maybe zoom in when you hover one of these. It slightly grows slightly. It might mess up the whole page. I don't know. You have to have a test and see. If you go on someone's page, when you hover it, someone suggested, I think Sajal suggested it to grow. I think that's a good idea. What else could we have on here? Suggestions. We've got our bio, we've got our name. This number here is how many links there are. Yeah, see what your thoughts are.
You came up with the idea of the timeline in the last stream when you built
yes. This. I really want to do that. I was going to do another live stream on it, but if someone else wants to do it, then what it is, the idea was, is, where is it? What is it called? Here we go, timeline. So I was thinking of doing a bit like Polywork. So we can kind of have a Linktree Polywork open source, combined open source version. And we can have something like this. So underneath our links, we could have, started coding on this date, and this is my first project. And then on the next one, got my first job. So you could have like your main events, speaking at this event, and maybe even future events. Because people keep asking me what events am I going to and so forth. So I could have it as future events, and the icons could be what type of event it is. Is it educational? Is it work experience? Is it an event or something like that? So that could be quite cool, and it's pretty straightforward to do. You would have events details like this. So maybe not status, maybe type. Date definitely, icon definitely, color definitely, and image definitely, maybe even text as well. And then to use it, you effectively just do one line like this, which is pretty awesome. Or you can do an alternate line. It's really straightforward, and we can get a lot of advantage out of this. So yes, great suggestions. If someone can raise the issue, please. And I need to catch up with the chat and see who is raising what issues. Let me see. I lost lots of stuff in the chat. Let me scroll back up. Let me go back to Nick's screen for the moment. Where is Nick's screen? Here we go. So yes, the session is recorded. What does Kubernetes files do? So Kubernetes is how we deploy it. So we have the Edibot, the API, and now Linktree. Damn it, get that name right. Are hosted on our EdiHub Kubernetes cluster. And I really want to actually, this is a crazy idea. I'm going to throw it out there for all of you, for people for Nick and Cahl, and also for people listening. I was thinking, I started writing a battle snake that is fully automated, tested. So it's with Nest.js. Yeah.
Real quick, do you want merge commits or squash?
Squash, please. And if you could do them as majority of them, do them as fixed, so it doesn't bump the minor, or
Docs
if it's docs,
docs,
just docs. Yeah, perfect. Like if someone's adding their JSON file, I just do fix.
So real quick, feature. I'm gonna show you, and I will show everybody else here too. So if we go to the settings for a repository, and you scroll down to options, you can specifically disallow merge commits and rebase merging. And what this does is it makes it so that I, as a maintainer, can't do these options, but you, as the administrator, can.
Let me do that now.
And as an administrator or a maintainer, your default will be squash merge.
Perfect. I've just done that. So that's awesome. Thank you very much for that.
So now if I go to a new pull request here and I just pick one at random, my new default is squash and merge.
Perfect.
Okay, back to Battlesnake.
Yes, so just a sidestep. So I started writing the snake. It's a really stupid snake. It doesn't even do anything apart from just hello world, like randomly pick moves. But the point I was trying to make is I thought we could have a community snake. I don't know if this works, Nick. You have to kind of explain a bit more. That people could fork and customize themselves. But the idea was the repo would have the Kubernetes file in it, so people could host their Battlesnake on our EdiHub Kubernetes cluster. That is an idea, and so there's two ideas there, I think. One is, should we have a community Battlesnake that we can all make improvements to? And two, should we maybe allow people to host their Battlesnake on our Kubernetes cluster so it's all hosted?
Okay, so the community Battlesnake is a fantastic idea. I am 100% on board with that. For hosting, just to clarify what you're saying is our community Battlesnake under EdiHub community would be hosted on the Kubernetes cluster. And then if I make a fork and I want to make my own Battlesnake based on our community Battlesnake, we'd also be hosting that.
That's a second idea, yeah. So that was a follow-on idea.
So the concern with that is, how do we tell the Battlesnake client that the battlesnake.eddyhub.org website points to which community snake. So we would have to have a URL parameter in there before the API parameters, and then I don't know if Battlesnake supports that because I haven't tested it. Yeah, there's
some complication around that.
Yeah.
I wonder if Battlesnake would allow us to have a community Battlesnake that we could all contribute to.
I don't see why not. They have people that work on teams, so.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely, that should not be a problem.
Well, I've got a tested one which doesn't do very much, but at least it's kind of mocks out all the data, so you can say make this move from another snake and then I should do this move. At the moment it's just random, like I said, but let me know in the chat if that sounds interesting. We could do a live stream on that because Nick has written a Battlesnake before, which is much more advanced than mine. I don't know, Cahl, have you written a Battlesnake?
Nope, I never.
Okay.
I never spent time on this.
Okay, so if you want to join us on the stream, you can as well. And because it's using Nest.js and it's using, I think, Panctum API testing. So it'd be quite interesting to get all our brains together and maybe start building this this snake and see how well it does in the competition. And we could always, if we win swag, we could, maybe this is an idea, if the Battlesnake wins and wins swag, I don't know if some of the prizes are swag, we could randomly give them away to people in our community or people who have contributed to the repo. Yes, that could be quite interesting. So back to the original question, Sohan, if you're still around, say hi in the chat. I hope that answers your question. Kubernetes files are for deployment, for deploying it to our Kubernetes cluster. So we have all these Docker containers.
You get a green square for opening a PR, right?
Yes, you do. You get a green square for opening an issue, starting a discussion, raising a pull request, and commit. So like there's 4 different ways to get it. Neon, yes, you can press dot to open a VS Code, but it's not like Gitpod or Codespaces. I think it's just client side only, so it's like VS Code editor with saving.
But you haven't. Fast and fantastic.
Oh, is it?
Need to just make a quick change.
Nice.
I had a PR on a repository that put the files in the wrong folder, and rather than dealing with that with the maintainer, I didn't notice it until I merged it. So I merged it, approved it, and merged it, and then realized now I have an A folder with a B folder in it, and I have a B folder with an A folder in it, and I was able to move those like in 5 seconds with the dot editor.
I hardly use that. I just must remember it. I'm too old school cloning the repo and stuff. So I'm just gonna hit dot. Oh, that's pretty cool. So let me just quickly demo that to everybody because that's pretty epic.
I never used this feature as well.
I'm here, I can do it.
Okay, Nick's gonna do it. Nick's gonna steal. I was gonna try and take all the glory, but I didn't come up with the idea. So just hit dot and it opens VS Code. Yeah, just to clarify everyone, you can't run any commands or anything like that, but you can make changes.
You can commit.
You can commit, which I think is the important part.
You can commit. I tried making branches with it, and it doesn't go so well. I think you have to make your branch on GitHub first. I always get all sorts of errors when I try to make a branch, but you can commit directly to main on Eddie's repository here. I think I can because I'm a maintainer, and watch him panic.
So I commit to main all the time. Okay, another question with Dockerfile and Docker Compose, what is the difference? So Dockerfile is how to build your container, and Docker Compose is more the orchestration in terms of do you need a dependency like Stargate or Mongo, and so when you do up, it brings up your project but any dependencies that it needs.
End of line.
Nick, people are liking your cursor.
Oh, hey, my cursor is open source.
That's so cool. That is very, very cool. I think someone suggested making the EddieHub mascots open source, and I was like, but they are, but we need to make it more clear.
I forked it so I didn't lose it. Let me drop the link to the original repository that I stole it from in chat.
Awesome. And everyone watching, don't forget to follow Nick and Cahl on GitHub. Their links are in the description below. But if you want me to share it in the chat, I will. Let me know. Nick's new avatar is awesome. Absolutely.
I just got my new avatar this morning.
Was it just this morning? Nice.
Yeah, just this morning. The artist I commissioned it from sent it to me this morning, and I don't know if it shows up very well on YouTube, but in places that support it, it's animated, and Becca actually blinks.
That is so cool. Oh, apparently there's a pending review on the globe icon. Okay, cool. Rama Dev Singh. I hope I pronounced your name right.
The file new line.
We will have a look. I think Nick's already on pull request, so we'll get to it soon.
And which one? Globe icon.
Don't follow this question. Subtapa, if you could rephrase, are you talking about this project or a different project? Let us know. And yes, congrats to Koalia. Yash, awesome shout out. I love it when other community members shout each other out. It's so important. By shouting other people out, you don't, put yourself down. You're bringing yourself up. I think we can all achieve together.
Approve and merge. I'm going to label these chore, I think, because they don't actually fix anything.
LinkedIn got dark theme. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes, raise issues, everyone. Nick is fast. We've got to keep him busy. Cool. People saying thanks, Nick. Yes, love that. Is it responsive? It isn't. And Prime React does have support for responsiveness, a bit like Bootstrap. So yes, let's make it responsive. Good call.
I think there's, I think it's called Prime Flex.
That's what I'm using actually. Yeah, I am actually using Prime Flex, but I don't think I've made it responsive. But it might be okay because of the way the page is structured. It might just, I think it works okay.
Look, my editor is up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's, you make your edits. If we go into the README here, you can get a preview of the README. Package JSON, does it have a, yeah, and start. So we're gonna cheat here.
Can you make it, are you able to make it bigger? It's really quite small, by the way.
Yes, look at that. Better?
Cool.
Here, more. Let's do more. Okay, so we're gonna cheat here and never ever commit to main, but I'm gonna commit to main on a live stream. Cardinal sin over here. Your avatar URL should take the format of https://github.com/yourusername.png. Then we can see it in the preview. There's our change. And then we're going to go to our source control here. We're going to add it. And we are going to commit as docs, add note about avatars. And we're going to commit. Pull. Okay, now commit. And then if we back out of here to the main repository, there's my commit. And there's our change.
Nice.
Just like that. Very, very good for quick fixes that don't require any sort of local testing.
Yes, that's true. Love that.
Okay, well, now that I've officially committed to main on this live stream, you have to delete the video. Sorry.
No worries. I'm just going to steal the screen share for a second. So if someone suggested making this centered, I completely agree. But it is kind of responsive because we are using Flex. It does kind of resize and go down to the lower pages. But centering it would be nice. And if we go to someone's page, take mine for example, again, I think we're quite lucky it automatically adjusts and resizes because the buttons are using a percentage. I'm sure there's some improvements to be had, but yeah, I think in terms of responsive, we're okay for the moment.
So bright.
Let me get back to some of these questions. So what else have we got? Did you either Carl? Did you see anything in the chat? If I missed it, let me know. Should we start working on the homepage? Start working. Just do it. Remember, the worst case is your pull request issue gets closed. So yeah, just start working on it, and we'll see. But make an issue. Make an issue first. Get that green square. Talk about what changes you want to make, and explain it, and then so you can save time rather than doing a pull request and someone saying, actually, it conflicts with another idea we had, or we don't like it, or whatever like that. And if your issue gets closed, you still get the green square.
I just tried the open in Gitpod button.
Oh, yes.
I hope it worked.
I haven't tried it. I should try it. I'm feeling left out now.
Yeah, see, so I have this PR here that adds the color code for Twitter, and which is great. And I don't want to pull down the whole repository and spin it up locally, so we're going to try this Gitpod button.
Hopefully it works.
Hopefully it works.
To anyone who has just joined,
hey, look
Nick
at that!
is
It
going to make
even
a
starts
contribution
it for me.
Yeah. You can take a look at the gitpod.gitpod
cool.
YAML file.
Look at that, and there's our beautiful blue Twitter. Okay.
That's amazing. Carl always talked about how awesome this was and mentioned these things, but until you see it, I don't think it kind of like settles in your mind. I think that's very, very cool.
Super
And
awesome.
Related to 37. Perfect. Okay, merge it. This is an actual fix.
I saw some DevOps environments where engineers set up a preview environment for pull requests, and I think just hitting the Gitpod button to open your pull request preview, it's super easy to review.
Yeah,
pull
definitely.
request. Especially when they are in the UI, to see the difference and not just see the lines which were changed.
Yeah, to test it. Sometimes, it looks okay, but you need to just have that extra check just to make sure. So what are we doing, Amit? If you just joined or anyone else, we're looking at our link free. Damn it! Someone cut that. Our link free, which is the open source Linktree alternative. We're working on this. We're getting issues and pull requests ready for all of you to contribute to Hacktoberfest. So this is what it looks like at the moment, but there are some more improvements coming in today as well. And Nick is going through issues and pull requests at the speed of light. So yes, added the issue. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you, Rohan, for answering. I love it when people answer each other's questions in the chat because they're much faster than me. So thank you so much. PFPs missing from the. I don't know what's PFPs.
Profile pictures.
Profile pictures. Some are missing.
Yeah.
Oh yes, because they
That's
haven't
true.
added it.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is another way you could add people who have submitted their profile page and they get their unique URL, but they might have added it to the homepage because the homepage was a new feature that came afterwards. So you could add people as well.
That's why I commented on new pull requests that they could add their profile picture to the homepage. I think you commented this pull request as well, Eddie.
I did, yeah. I thought it was a great idea. I didn't want to hold the pull request for them to make that change. I guess I was going to suggest that people could do it in two separate pull requests, so we could get the first one merged, and then they could do it in another one.
Is this list.json automatically generated, or are people supposed to add themselves to it?
Oh, that's a good one. If people add themselves manually to it, but we could auto-generate it. Oh, that's a really good. I could do that on GitHub Action really easily.
I think I merged one without. Oops. Oh well.
No, it doesn't need it. No, they don't have to have it. It's only if they want to appear on the homepage. So it doesn't have to have it. But I like the idea. But the reason why I'm kind of a bit apprehensive about making it too automated is because I want to move this to the API as well in the next couple of weeks. So people can do it via the bots, via EddieBot, and just update their profiles a lot easier. Maybe for Hacktoberfest, this is quite good because people can get green squares.
Request changes.
I don't know what you both think.
Red icon indicates you are missing the end of file new line.
We have a DevOps person, Stephen, in the house. How you doing, Stephen? Let me share Stephen's GitHub as well. And Stephen not sure about pressing the dot in the browser.
What the heck is that?
Where's Stephen? There we go. How is Stephen's green squares doing today? Everyone, I want to steal the screen for a moment. Can't talk. Everyone, this is Stephen's GitHub. Obviously, drop him a follow, but also tell Stephen to contribute more to open source. Look at these green squares, Stephen. We're a bit disappointed. So, Steve, this is Steve's GitHub. Encourage Steve to do more green squares. But good to have you here. Yasun, I hope I pronounced your name right. I haven't been practicing the last few days, so I've kind of got a bit rusty. But thank you so much for supporting the live stream. Really, really appreciate it. And hopefully have you on Radio Eddy and you can chat with us up here as well.
So bright. Okay, good. Next.
Oh, let me bring up Nick's screen again. Here we go.
Changes.
Stephen's liking Gitpod. Yeah, I think Gitpod, I need to use it more. I really do.
Why did that fail?
Oh, interesting. So look at the bill fail. Why did the bill fail?
Common
it's lint issue.
So we are going linked in and comma.
Yeah, I think it's the missing
doing?
trading comma.
Fix the lint issue so that build passes and spelling mistake. Comment. Oops. Wrong button.
Anurag, yes, I'm back in my office with a slightly different setup. I also have another angle down here as well, but Mona's, keeping an eye on that angle.
Okay, and then add data. Request changes. Please revert your changes to the package.json and package lock.json files to avoid conflicts.
Or is a question for Nick and Cahl. How to be super fast contributor like Nick? I don't know, because I'm still learning. Coffee. I think practice. I think with anything. Nick is so fast, you're right. He is massively, massively fast. I think just practice. Nick, what is your secret?
I get paid to work on open source, so I have a lot of practice.
True, and then hopefully everyone else can get paid in the future to work on open source as well. And that is my goal, to get everybody paid to work on open source, so you can do what you love and get those green squares.
Oops. Yes, discard that.
I'm working on it, and hopefully all of you are working on it too.
And
Rahma, how you doing? Long time no see. I need a haircut, it's a bit long.
Please remove the extra blank line. Hey, come back. Reviewed. Okay. Let's go look at our issues again. Look. Oh, see, I got work to do.
Wow, okay. Well, we've got some requests. So Sajal asked, can they be assigned 135? Let me have a look. I can do that while Nick is busy. Nick is doing so many things. Let me refresh my page as well. 135, increase scale of buttons on hover. Oh, wow. Sajal, you've already done it, I think. So that is amazing. Yes, so we'll look at this. I need to bring this up. Nick, I'm stealing the screen again for the moment. Look at this. This is an animated GIF in an issue. So effectively the work's kind of already been done. I don't know if it was done with an inspector, so not actually maybe coded, but done as a temporary solution. But I love this. Only thing I would suggest is maybe put this, update the body. So this was created 17 minutes ago, and then 3 minutes ago you did this. I would say do an edit on here, because I think it's part of the issue you're creating, is only a suggestion. But yeah, this looks awesome. Do it. I don't know if I can assign it to you. Oh, I can. Suggestions, assign. I can. There we go. All yours. Thank you so much. Really looking forward to that. Yes, great. That's really, really awesome. If anyone else wants to take a look at an awesome issue, have a look at this. Uh-oh.
Did anybody open an issue for, yes, there it is, personal portfolio? Having another think about this.
People are saying it's starting easier to understand Git and GitHub. That's why we're here. Open source, Git and GitHub. You can accelerate your career now.
Slightly different approach. The JSON should
The Flash.
should have a website property. Note the plural. Which is an array of objects in the following structure.
90 thumbs up. Oh my god, we're going to get 100, everyone. Give the video a thumbs up.
Now we go look at the actual structure. Name URL, perfect. Name.
See, I love this. Good first issues are great because when people put the steps of what you need in, so you can see Nick's already doing this.
And URL, link to visit on button, click. And the front end needs to iterate over this array and generate a button for each object in the array. This approach will allow us to use custom URLs for multiple things, such as a dev2 link, a profile link, to your PayPal, event links you want to have.
I'm just going to make some suggestions. So see how Nick is putting a comment in the issue to help someone actually make the contributions. All of you can do that. You don't just have to, yes, for Hacktoberfest, you probably want to make the contribution, but when you've passed your 4 pull requests, go find other issues that you know how to complete and add value to them by giving the person some help. Or ask them if they want help, and if they do, then point out the steps that will help you learn how to communicate better and how to stand out more. So when my clients look at these issues and other companies, hiring managers look at your GitHub profile, they see you've been helping people, you really stand out. It's really important.
Discussing the potential approach for this in...
Oh, DevTO as well. Yes, nice. Forgot about that platform too. DevTO, Hashnode, Medium. We've got a few others. So there are loads of green squares for all of you to get. Who hasn't got a green square for today? We're gonna nudge you to make sure you get one.
Is it we're using Prime React?
We're using Prime React. That's correct.
So where do I find
maybe I should put a link in the README. Do I not have that?
Where do I find the icons?
It's let me grab you a link.
I
Cahl
think
might
they
be
are
faster.
a own package, if I'm not completely wrong.
I can't remember where it
Prime
is.
Icons? I think it's called Prime Icons, the package.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Prime Faces / Prime Icons.
Okay, cool.
I should probably put these in the...
Twitter.
I really love this UI framework. It's super awesome.
It is very, very cool. Let's answer some questions as well. So thank you everyone for being patient. Rahma asks, does Gitpod work like Code Sandbox? I haven't used Code Sandbox. Have either of you used Code Sandbox?
Only like when someone asks me to review their code on it.
I use it for very, very quick prototypes.
Okay.
When just testing out something. But I think the difference between Gitpod and Code Sandbox is that Gitpod is an actual development environment, while Code Sandbox is a code sandbox. Can you explain? Can you say it like this?
Say that again, sorry.
I think the difference is that Gitpod is an actual VS Code with your plugins. It's fully automated. It's like your local dev environment. While I think, I'm not sure. Nick used it. Can you make contributions with Code Sandbox, or is it just to store code?
It's like CodePen but bigger.
Got you.
Here,
and then the second part of the question was, what's the difference between Gitpod and Codespaces? They are very, very similar. We touched on this earlier on. Codespaces is more of a, kind of has a lot more longevity. You don't just create it and destroy it so quickly. You can do, but it's not what it's designed for. Whereas Gitpod seems more make an improvement, fix, test a PR, and then you ditch the environment. You don't switch branches in the environment. You ditch it and you create a new one from that branch. I think is pretty cool.
Exactly.
See, look, I've got a Code Sandbox Angular app. Click button, get app.
And do you commit and push and pull from there as well? Do you know?
It looks like there's a GitHub integration, yes.
Okay,
but
so
I've never used it. I've seen Code Sandbox specifically when reviewing people's code, but that's about it.
I saw it only just like it's used like CodePen, and never with in combination with GitHub.
Ideas.
Great question here. What is a green square? Yes, I talk about green squares all the time. I won't show you Nick's because it makes mine look really bad. Actually, no, I'll show you Nick's. Okay. So a green square is what we have here, and it's a contribution. So it could be raising an issue, starting a discussion, a commit, or a pull request. That's what you get green squares for. So Nick has 32 green squares for today. Cahl and me are very, very similar, and we have single digits. So 5 contributions today. Uh-oh, I'm too scared. Let's refresh Nick's. It says 32, refresh. It's taking a moment, and it's now up to 50. So you can see how simple it is though to get green squares by contributing to projects, collaborating with people. You know, it's not just about code, and I even have a banner for it. Wait a second. Collaboration first.
Nick's Git graph is quite.
Yeah.
Nick's contribution graph is quite commit heavy.
It is very commit heavy. It's got some pull requests and reviews. I think it's good, but yeah, issues not so much. Which I'm quite surprised because Nick does raise issues, but I know he gives them away a lot.
I raise issues on everybody else's projects, but I don't always raise issues like on BeccaBot. If I'm fixing something, it's just getting fixed.
Yeah. How's mine? Ooh, mine is not very heavy on pull requests and issues. Nick's is heavy on commits, and Cahl's is very heavy on pull requests and issues. That's quite interesting.
See, look at that. We all, the three of us, we just balance each other out. We're the power team right here.
Exactly.
So, and this is a great question for everybody here. And I think I've got personal portfolio, I've got Dev2, I've got LinkedIn. I think that just to keep everything in one place so we don't miss any social links, I think we, rather than using issues, create a discussion.
I think there was a tweet on this, wasn't it? I think I read a discussion on Twitter about linking new issues or feature requests to discussions directly.
Possibly.
I'm not
Kunal,
sure if
could you explain a bit more about your issue about not syncing the fork? Thanks for raising the issue. People like your keyboard, Nick.
I have a Corsair K95 keyboard, and it has all sorts of lights. It looks like a rave when I'm typing, and that's why I spent $200 on a keyboard, because I wanted lights.
Right. You have to take a picture and share it in Discord.
I have to take a video. All right.
I think you already shared a photo of your battle station.
All right. Let's. My camera barely reaches here, but.
Let's try it. Oh wait. Let's make it bigger. Let me remove the screen.
My poor camera can't even focus on it. There it goes. Okay, that's the keyboard. And then when I type.
Whoa!
My last keyboard had lights but didn't have the ripple feature, and
Ripple.
that's what I wanted. That's why I spent that much money on a keyboard.
Well, I have a Mona. Everyone
I have
vote
a
in the
Mona
chat.
around here somewhere too.
Mona or keyboard? Like Mona is a lot
Make a
cheaper
poll.
than the keyboard.
Make a poll.
Make a poll. Yeah, let's do it. Who wants
Mona
a poll?
or keyboard?
Yes. Okay. If you had a choice, there is a poll somewhere here. Would you go for? What would you pick? Let's see, keyboard, but not any keyboard. Nick's fancy keyboard, and then or
Put
Mona.
Nick's keyboard or Eddie's Mona.
Nick's keyboard or Eddie's Mona. Okay. Or Carl's Ferrari. I should put that list as well.
Does Cahl have a Ferrari?
I'm just joking.
Definitely.
Okay, created poll. Oh, a lot of people saying keyboard. I might lose this one. Let me bring Nick's screen back up. Kunal, yes, helping other people. It's how you stand out. People always say, how can I get a job as DevRel? Well, it's not just about coding. It's about collaborating with people. And that appears on your GitHub profile. When I interview for my clients, I ask for people's GitHub profiles, but I'm not looking for their latest and greatest code. I do have a look at it, don't get me wrong, but that's not my number one priority. It's like my third or fourth priority. Number one priority is, can I see them collaborate with people? Do they write good issues? Do they write good comments? Do they give good feedback on pull requests? You know, some people say, hey, I reviewed that pull request and I wrote needs improvement. Well, that's not really helpful. They should, say it looks good, but I would suggest maybe improving this section, maybe and give an example, like make it easier for people. So yes, Kunal, awesome. Hopefully more and more people will do this. Mona needs an RGB keyboard. Okay, I think I've missed some things in the chat. Let's see. I've missed a lot in the chat. Wow. Okay. How to run link-free on my PC. There should be instructions in the README in the repo. Any questions, let us know, and we can improve that. Here is the link-free repo. Let us know. But yes, you can run it locally to develop on it, or you can open it in Gitpod, as we showed earlier. We're just clicking the link. There should be a badge in the README as well. And then it's hosted on our environment, so you get your unique URL that you can share with people, which I think is pretty cool. Hitesh, you are a bit late, but don't worry, great to see you here. 60% issues, 10% commits, 10% progress, 14% code reviews.
Okay, quick fix. Let's do, don't assign aspect interface, goal fix, good first issue, Hacktoberfest. The problem is everybody's making all these PRs to fix these things now. It's not October yet, y'all. Just so
it's good practice. It's good practice. It doesn't count, but it's good practice. And then the great thing is, if there's any extra criteria in Hacktoberfest, because you're practicing now, in October you can make better and even more valuable pull requests, and you can help other people as well. So it's good that we're all starting now. Loving this idea by Nick to get on this live stream and help with you all. And let us know what we should do in October for Hacktoberfest. Should we do more live streams?
Circle. Yeah, I think we should. What would be really cool is if we could get a live stream together where we do Radio Eddie and walk people through making contributions to each other's projects for Hacktoberfest.
I love that.
Oh yeah, that's an awesome idea.
So cool.
A lot of fun.
And we could maybe do it like, I don't know, a few times a week at different times of the day to help different time zones.
Oh, I get it now. Okay, hold on.
Hitesh says, take my money for your keyboard, by the way.
Issues. Where was that other one? Accent color for the user profile. Answered my own question. This is the badge in question.
I'm not having a Ferrari.
Not yet.
I'm just a junior developer. I can't afford this.
All right. Maybe we need another poll here. So we have this beautiful badge that shows up with how many links I have, and I have 2 issues open related to this badge. I have one that says This badge should match GitHub's primary branding color. And I have one that says we should add a JSON key that allows me to pick my own color for this badge.
Okay.
Which would folks prefer?
I think
I'd
we
like
are
the
going to need a
custom one.
Yes, I was going to say the same. I think we need a config section where people can change the background, their font color, and maybe the badge color. I think we need some options.
All right.
That'd be cool. Let's do it.
So we are going to close this in favor of 133 to allow users more customization over their.
Oh my God,
I think
Sujal,
that's quite cool.
sorry. Yeah, that is cool. Sorry to interrupt. I was going to say, I need to share this on socials. This is epic. We're starting our Septoberfest. That is epic.
The official name is Preptember.
Preptember. Someone please tweet
Prep
that.
your repositories.
That's true. Someone please tweet that with a screenshot of this and I will retweet it.
Discarded.
Don't forget to tag me so I notice it. as
Oops.
well.
See.
That is so funny.
Big screen. Okay, back to issues. This one is now going to be. So I'm going to expand this to add customization options for individual profiles.
Septemberfest.
We probably
I'm gonna
need
edit
some
this.
fallback colors when adding the customization to it, because if we introduce this feature now, not every contributor who added their socials already updated their colors.
We could have a default color though.
Yeah, exactly.
Nested object with.
How's that? Was that a good pose?
As
I can't see myself. Is it good?
on big background.
There was a question. Okay, so any resources for beginner? I have lots of YouTube videos on this, and you can come and chat in Discord. Loads of people are willing to help, and there's just so many awesome people on Discord. There was another question. How can I update my fork? There is a button on GitHub now, right, to update your fork, I think?
It does create
Yeah.
a merge commit if you're okay with that.
Okay.
Otherwise, pulling it locally and doing a fast forward merge, which is the default if you haven't changed it, will not create a merge commit. It'll do a clean merge.
Yeah, so you'll need to, I've got a video on this, a short, like 3-minute video. You need to add, if you've cloned the repo already, you need to add a new origin. So therefore, not new origin, sorry, new remote. You have origin, which is your fork, and then you'll add upstream, which is
this?
the original repo.
We just drop this in chat here for you.
Yeah, drop it in chat. Nick, always dropping the gems.
Got a notes page exactly how to do this.
I never had
Perfect.
issues when using the. I'm not sure how the button is called, but the new feature you mentioned. As long as you're not committing to the main branch, because then you may run into merge conflicts
Yes.
on the main branch, and that's pain.
Yes,
But,
definitely. Especially because we squash the pull request. So everyone don't
exactly.
commit to the main branch in your fork. Make a branch, name it anything you want, and then that's your pull request branch that you would raise. And therefore the default branch, in our case main, is always up to date and in sync with the original repo. Good point. Thanks for pointing that out.
But yeah, I never had problems with the fetch and merge button GitHub provides now. I don't do it locally anymore.
I've never tried them, those buttons.
I think Karuna pointed them out in the Discord server. I didn't know about the feature as well for quite a long time, but
Help on
yeah, I don't do it
Oktoberfest,
locally.
Party low, and ready for dev. Whoop whoop. All right,
Perfect. Okay, hopefully people got some screenshots with Mona as well now.
and then number partially. On
How is
top.
everyone doing? Has everyone got Eddie when someone says post? Hopefully everyone's got some green squares. Who hasn't got green squares for today? I want you all to get some green squares today. You know Wolverine? Oh yes. Is he always screaming? Oh yeah, with his things like. Old school for the win. Oh, my head's cut off. Maybe I'm leaning too forward. I need to sort out my camera angle. Push it back a bit more. You don't want to like...
CLI is where it's at.
Yeah, all the cool kids, CLI, right?
All the cool kids.
Nah,
CLI.
whatever works, I think.
Wow, that is a massive screenshot.
Just in case, to avoid any confusion.
We'll call that a good first issue. Everything is priority low.
Awesome, let me have a look.
Loading states, what do we got?
We've got 12 pull requests. Let me share my screen. Let's grab some. You can tell the difference between my screen and Nick's screen. Mine is light and
prepare to be
dark.
blinded.
Yes. And Cahl, if you want to share your screen, and feel free, we can do that too. You're welcome to pick up some pull requests. So let me see. Avatar URL updated to PNG. Okay. So the other thing that you'll notice, I think, let's have a look. Okay, yes, so all of these have been updated. Oh, Nick's already commented. Wow.
Yeah, I did my PR reviews before doing this next batch of issues. You watched me do it. I did, but wow, very fast. This is a priority medium because it's not blocking, but error handling is important. Okay, I need to figure out what I want to do for this.
Oh, we've got the scale one. Let's have a look.
I'm going to close this one in favor of...
You can preview it with the Gitpod button if you want.
I was just going to ask, yes. I was just going to ask and try that. The first time I do this will be great. I was just going to suggest that everyone, when you are making commits, if you want them to get merged, make sure you only commit the files that you've changed, that you want to change. So this is, if there's only one thing you take away from this live stream, it's that. So in this case, this person, I don't know who the PR is at the moment, wanted to change the index.css. But they've also, when they did npm install, some of the other files, the packaged files have changed. But you don't need to commit those. You should check them out to reset them, or don't include them in your commit. Make sure you only commit the files that you really want changed and reviewed, because this will now block a pull request getting merged, because it makes it quite a mess. So I'm gonna have to leave a comment. Thank you so much, Sajal, for the PR. I'm loving the animation. But we're gonna have to say, also another thing, you've linked the issue down here in a comment. You should link it in here. So what I recommend, 135, what I recommend doing is always having closes then 135. It's less work for the maintainer if when they merge it, automatically GitHub closes the issue. And having that on the first line is really, really important. Please remove the changes to the package star files.
I added that. So I am actually going to, because I think I know exactly what that is. So if we look at the package.json is an end of line or end of file new line. And then the package lock.json
is bumping the version.
Bumping the version and updating the name. So I am going to go use that fancy dot editor and make these changes on main so that folks who are creating PRs aren't running into this exact same thing.
Got you, okay.
That's something I wanted to speak about as well, because I experienced that if you don't commit the package lock.json, every time you install it, the version gets bumped to match the one which is specified in the package JSON.
Right, I see.
Even though you don't update the auto-generated stuff.
So I'm going to teach you some stuff. You ready for some cool stuff?
Let's do it.
All right. Let me switch my screen share here to take my whole screen. You'll have to bring me back up again.
Oh, okay.
Because I needed it to cover my whole screen, because we're going to go to, let's just go ahead and make this visible and clear it. And we're going to just go to Do I have one here? Yeah, I do. Okay, so when you have your package JSON, you know, a lot of people will update the version number manually. But when you do that, it doesn't sync with your package lock.json. But if in your terminal you do npm version patch, it will create a commit for you that bumps both versions.
Right, got you.
And it'll work for npm version minor, npm version major, and npm version 10.2.8.
Oh, nice. We have a GitHub action that bumps that according to the commit history. So that's probably where some of the issue is coming around, because it's probably updating the package but not the package lock.
Correct.
So that could be the issue that people are having.
And then other thing too, is if you do npm, let's see if I can break this. So we're going to, I did not version control this. This is a project I slapped together in a minute for a meme. So we're going to change that and change that. And if I do npm CI, that still works. So I need to, we're just going to delete that. Y'all don't want that. Might have fixed it. It used to be that npm CI would not work if your package JSON and your package lock JSON were not in sync. But npm CI will not update the package lock.json. It removes the node modules, reads the package lock.json instead of the package.json, and installs from here.
Got you. I'm just trying to think how the best way to solve it. So if we've got the action bumping package JSON but not the lock file.
What if we ran this and then pushed it? So the action, the action is already set up to determine what kind of version bump it should be. And instead of manually bumping the version, it can run the npm version whatever command.
It does it all automatically as part of it. So it knows what to bump it and then it bumps it. So it's all kind of magic in the GitHub action. So we might just have to do, but it commits the package JSON and commits the changelog. I don't know why it doesn't commit the lock file. Or
because the lock file isn't changed. Let me look at the action.
Or we remove the log file from the commit. I know with libraries, that's what you're meant to do. With NPM projects, you are meant to remove the log file.
Please don't remove the log file.
So for libraries, you need to sometimes as well, because it can hinder some projects, mainly with libraries that like conflict with each other.
What am I looking at? Workflows, release.
I think it's, isn't it the release action, the one which isn't maintained anymore?
Yes, you did mention it's not maintained anymore. That's something. So another issue for somebody, if someone can raise an issue to change that to something else. I think there are some other ones now that are available to do it.
I think they're even linked in the repo of the one we are using.
Yes, they are.
The alternatives.
Eddie tried to add this to BeccaBot, and I closed it.
Yeah, because I don't like updating it manually. So I still think
have implemented. I'm going to derail our conversation here. Look, I have releases now.
Nice.
Because Becca now has an update schedule, so I only deploy updates on Monday. Because so many of the features rely on the cache, and those break every time you restart. So when a update happens, I update her new update command to show what was changed. So she has a built-in changelog as a / command so anybody can see what was changed. It's got a timestamp, a Discord timestamp for the next scheduled release. Bump the version number, then I create my release on GitHub and point to her docs for the changelog.
Got you.
A lot of manual stuff, but you know, at least if it breaks, it's something that's my fault and I can fix it.
Yeah. And Stephen only deploys on Fridays. I guess he is joking as a DevOps person.
And we're already two.
How do I ban somebody from YouTube again?
Hitesh, I've just arrived back in the UK a few days ago on Friday. So yeah, 3 days ago. And I'm here for the next 6 weeks. I'm actually going to CityJS conference in London. First in-person conference in like a year and a half, maybe even, a year and a half. Super excited and nervous. So yes.
Closing as part of...
Got some more PRs coming in. Awesome, thank you.
113.
No worries, Sajal. I think you might have found a bug in our project. So it's important for you to check it, absolutely. But also, I think you've discovered an issue with our whole automation. So don't worry, it's all good. We're all learning together.
Issues, responsive card type hover.
100. Over 100 thumbs up. That's amazing. So thank you so much, Yasin, for pointing that out. That's awesome. So Rahma asks, should package lock file be added in the git ignore and then removed from the repo?
No.
Not really. It is there for a reason. Sometimes with libraries, you might do, but that's an exception, not the norm. So I would definitely keep it there.
I think without the log file, our actions are, as Nick said, are running npm CI, and I think this won't work without the log file.
That's true. Yes, let me know what you'd like to see. I'm going to vlog the event, so I'm going to chat. You've probably all seen on Twitter Spaces Ruben, and Ruben's going to the event. I don't know if Anya is, so I have to check with Anya, see if she's going too. But I know Pauline isn't as well, who was on a live stream a couple of weeks ago from Gitpod. So yeah, it'd be great to geek out with lots of YouTubers there as well. So hopefully they all can make it. And it's outside, so hopefully the weather's good in the UK. I think this is a similar question we had before. Can I copy code from GitHub, any project, change the design and make apps? Check the license of the project and see. But you don't really copy the code, you use the code as a dependency and then you build on top of it. So it's like building blocks.
All right, let's do some PR reviews. Eddie reviewed
Okay,
that.
Nick, do it.
Eddie killing me.
What happened? What did I do?
Eddie wanted to test this with Gitpod.
Oh yes, I was going to test it. I want to see it work. Okay, Nick's writing a comment. After Nick writes his comment, I'm going to steal the screen. I'm going to test this with Gitpod because I'm really excited.
When you are reviewing things on your repositories, folks, if you add a review comment like Eddie did, that doesn't show anything on the pull request screen. Whereas
that's a good point.
if I request changes, it shows here changes requested, and then I can, as a maintainer, know that somebody has commented, somebody has reviewed this, and it's pending an update.
That's a great tip. That's really important. I like that. Yes, Eddie, remember it. If I don't remember it, people please remind me on GitHub. Okay, let me steal the screen and let's have a go. So we've got this PR. There is a Gitpod icon here. I'm guessing that wasn't added automatically. So let's hit it. Welcome to Gitpod. Continue with GitHub. My password is password123. Very secure.
Okay, it's an OAuth, so your token is 123.
Yeah. My PIN code is also 123. Okay, here we go. It's pulling container.
And your SSH key as well.
Yeah. And the password for the SSH key as well. Oh, Rohan's off to bed. Rohan, thank you so much for joining. Good night. Get some rest. Really important. Yeah, thank you so much for joining and creating issues and pull requests. I think I saw your name appear a few times as well. We will catch you in Discord. I probably should call it a day soon as well. We're going for almost 2 hours. Wow, how time flies when you're having fun.
Well, we can wrap it up. I'm reviewing this one other PR. You're generating that. And then, yeah, we could potentially
cool.
wrap some stuff up here.
Sounds good. And we can always do a part 2 as well.
I just want to say that we just covered one repo.
Oh yes, that's true.
That's okay. The
Yeah.
idea was to show people how to get ready for Hacktoberfest, and
True.
we've triaged issues, we've reviewed pull requests, we've added labels, we've added the topic.
We should maybe do a part 2. Let us know in the chat, everyone, if you would like to see a part 2. Maybe do the API repo, something a bit more back end rather than front end. And by the way, Nick, you are winning the poll, Nick's keyboard, but only by 1%. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm glad you like Mona.
Oh, that's close.
That is very close.
I love it.
Okay, awesome. So let's have a look. So I've got this opened. And how did you both get this running in the browser?
If it loaded completely, it should probably open a tab in your VS Code. In case it doesn't,
hit open anyway.
Hit open anyway, okay. My M1 laptop is running quite hot today. Whew.
I mean, that's,
I think the repo isn't initialized completely, is it?
It says it's running. I didn't see how Nick did it. He did it so fast.
Mine just auto-loaded. I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, for me it auto-loaded as well because of the pre-build.
Oh, I see. Did I break it?
Yeah, probably.
I can leave page and do it again,
so.
or do I close it?
Oh, you can't stop the workspace. So, yeah, I think it's not initialized. Or maybe do a reload of the page.
Oh, I'm not going to take that. Okay,
Control R.
Leave page. Oh yeah,
no,
that's better. Okay, got you. Okay, awesome. So if I click on one, and then nice, I like that. Looks good. And if someone wants to add a little drop shadow or something to the one that you hover over as well as another PR, as another enhancement, that could be pretty cool. Liking this. Yeah, Gitpod, thumbs up, definitely. I got some Gitpod swag. Did you ever want to see my tweet? Did you all see it? I got some pretty cool, some bamboo tree thing. Here we go, look. So I got a personal letter, which I loved, socks, definitely need socks. Got some awesome stickers. And this, so I got like normal sticker and then like fluorescent stickers and stuff. But look at this. This is like a bamboo tree or something, like this cube, and apparently you put water in it, it grows into some tree or something. I don't know, I'm super excited about that. I think Sarah's actually more excited about that than me. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So let me go back to my Gitpod. Okay, I am liking this. Very cool. So Sujal, this is looking great. Thank you very much. Just a shame about the other files. Otherwise, we could have merged this in straight away. Let me now close this. How do I close it?
Stop workspace.
Just stop workspace.
Stop workspace and just close your tab.
Love that. That was pretty easy. Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm sure Nick has raced ahead already. He's going to make some changes. Right, I see what else in the chat. Isn't it part 3? Part 2, because I missed most of it. Is it possible to start live early? It's got almost midnight now. Yes, I'm going to try and do live streams on Monday, I think a bit earlier than Friday at this time. I'm going to try and have 2 days, one is early and one is later. Maybe, yeah, completely the flip side as well. We will see, maybe a few hours earlier, like 11 o'clock in the morning BST, so actually that would be like 7 hours earlier. So we'll try some things, but keep these suggestions coming, really appreciate it.
There we go, all fixed.
What did you fix? Sorry, I missed it. What was that, Nick?
Package lock out of sync and the package JSON being...
Got you. Perfect. Thank you. I think that's a great place to end.
Yeah, package lock was out of sync and the package I think so too.
I think that's great. But before we do go, obviously I've got to give a big shout out. Everyone say thank you to Nick and Cahl for their amazing efforts. I'm dropping their GitHub links in the chat as well. Do go follow them on GitHub. So let's see.
And you
Oh no,
just
we lost
disconnected.
Eddie.
Oops, I refreshed the wrong browser.
We thought about hijacking your account.
Love it that people are saying thank you. So that's not that one. Should I have just opened an account in Gitpod or log in with GitHub? I would say log in with GitHub. It's much easier.
Anything you can OAuth is a good deal.
Yeah, definitely.
One less thing, one less password to deal with.
Exactly. And people saying thanks to Nick and Cahl. Awesome, love that. But a good place to end. I kind of, messed it up. Here we go. I can bring up my back camera as well. Okay, everyone. Thank you again, Nick and Cahl. Really appreciate it. We will chat in Discord between live streams and videos. And I might have a live stream on Wednesday instead of a video because I'm at the event CityJS on Friday, so I can't live stream then, so I'll put a video out on Friday. So this week, the days might be changed around a bit. But yes, thank you again so much, all of you, for joining us and geeking out with us. And yeah, Nick and Cahl, I really appreciate it. You made this so engaging. I had so much fun. The 2 hours kind of went like that. It was brilliant. But I hope you both had fun too as well.
Yes, that was a blast.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Well, enjoy the rest of your day and evening, and same to everyone else watching. And we will catch you all soon. Hitesh, studio tour. I want to start vlogging on my second channel, I think, where I can talk about my days. So I've got some ideas around that. But let me know in Discord what you would all like to see. I do want to kind of share more behind the scenes of stuff, like how a typical day is and meetings and all the rest. So yes, I'm going to try and get on top of that. I've been saying that for a while, but I'm going to try now. You're all giving me great motivation. Okay, I'll bring the timer up and we will see you all soon. I have the timer somewhere.